I wanted to record some footage of me doing this trick because, as far as I'm aware, there are currently no recordings of people successfully getting it. And that's bad because it's a hard trick, and people wanting to try and learn it are going to benefit a lot from having some references to go by. So, I made this. I'm not great at it yet, I'm still new to the trick, as is everyone else, but although I miss it a lot, I do get it a lot as well. So, also my quick save, I placed my quick save after getting into position, so you know that my positioning is always a consistent factor. It's just a matter of the timing. I'm still not exactly sure how lenient your positioning is, but what I have here works. I know that much. As far as my timing goes, I wait for my timer to tick to a new second, and then I start holding W and A, which is to say strafe running left. And at that point, I wait for 5.5 more seconds, and then I start mashing teleport. Sometimes I change my timing up to do 5 3/4 seconds, and sometimes just 6 seconds. What I'm noticing is that this trick does not seem to be totally consistent. Sometimes I'll do it with what seems to be identical timing, but the trajectory will still be pretty different. So for that reason, I would suggest erring on the side of waiting longer, waiting closer to 6 seconds as opposed to 5.5, because if you don't have enough momentum, then there's nothing you can do. You just miss the trick. You don't have enough momentum. If you have too much, as you can see me doing sometimes, you can adjust using teleportation. The problem with that is adjusting is something there is no setup for. It's just something you have to use your own judgment for, and that just comes with experience and practice. But it's better than just randomly not getting the momentum you need. A bit later into this video, you can see that I don't activate the loading trigger to the next map. And I don't know if that's because I just missed the trigger, or if it's because the game is screwing up. I'm pretty sure it's the latter, because earlier I got that 10 times in a row. I could not do the trick because I could not get the next map to load, and then I just restarted my game and it started working just fine. So I'm pretty certain it's just the game being buggy, as it tends to do. So it's not a big deal, just restart the game and it'll work. Just hope it doesn't happen during a run.
Toxic hazard. 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 Side. Toxic hazard. Toxic hazard. Toxic hazard. Toxic hazard. Toxic hazard. Toxic hazard.